So 2018, I went to Emerald City, ComiCon, Seattle, and Fan Expo Boston. And I figured, you know, I've never really had the chance to tell anybody these stories. I don't know, it's because I never see anybody, or maybe it's just because nobody ever asked me. I don't know. I also have very little photographic proof or video proof of these stories, if any at all. I was there by myself, and I was completely overwhelmed. I'd never been to any big city Comic-Cons before. I do have my Seattle badges. Boston, they used wristbands, paper wristbands. I probably tossed them out because they're just wristbands. So very little proof of these stories. So I was walking around, I believe it was Seattle Comic-Con, the Seattle Conference Center, and I'm over the Sky Bridge, and I'm walking past some little vendors that are there in the Sky Bridge, and I pass this little table, and I see some art that I recognize, and I'm like, oh, this little sign on the table that says Brandon Bird, and I'm like, oh, this is Brandon Bird art. I know this stuff. He doesn't really have any pictures of himself on his website, so I don't know what he looked like, and I go, are you Brandon Bird? And he goes, yeah, I'm Brandon Bird. And I'm like, I've been looking at this guy's website for like 10 years, just every once in a while, just to kill time, checking to see if he's got any new stuff out there. And here he is right in front of me. So I'm talking to Brandon Bird, and so I'm looking at he's got some like postcard-sized prints of his art for sale, and some other various sizes, and I even know that, like, some of the titles, and I go, wow, King of the Cage and Barnthorpe, and I could see, you know, I was kind of thinking for this guy in his head, maybe this guy knows who I am, maybe he'll buy something. And then I was basically just like, well, nice meeting you, take it easy. So I got to speak with Brandon Bird personally for about 2 minutes. A lot of these stories are very slipshod. They happen very quickly. I had no time to think. I was there by myself. There was nobody to say, hey, maybe you want to get a picture with somebody, or we should take some video. So that's why I have very little proof of these stories. So I went to see Wallace Shawn talk, who is Vicini in The Princess Bride. And it was a really good talk. Anyway, Wallace Shawn, he talked about, like, his big thing was he talked about what it's like to be an actor and going from job to job. And for some reason, during these conventions, I felt I wanted to make the most of it, so I got up a lot during these celebrity talks and asked really dumb questions. I asked Carey Elwes about a role he's probably never been asked about in 20 years, which was the Pentagon Wars, and I had to say it literally like 4 or 5 times in enunciating it in different ways before he understood me over the sound system, what I was asking about. Jeff Goldblum, I saw him speak. He does a lot of his own shtick when he's talking at live events. It was very entertaining. And one of the big anecdotes from Seattle was the very last event at Seattle 2018 was I saw Carl Urban speak. That was very entertaining. Right before Carl Urban went on stage, they have this DJ who was a big DJ name at the convention. He DJ'd before a lot of the events. And so he was just up on stage playing music before Carl Urban came out. And people were up front dancing, and luckily I'd gotten there really early, so I was able to get a seat like really close to right up front there. And people were up there dancing, and I was thinking, should I, shouldn't I, should I? I went for it. I got up, I started dancing with these people in this costume. I have no idea when, but at some point my batteries got disconnected and my lights went out. But the DJ, he was talking about what's going on. Hey, we got Carl Urban's coming on stage, and we got people dancing on here. We got Tron down here. He actually mentioned me. Tron is down front. I've tried for years. Like I said, I was there by myself, so I had nobody to take video for me. I've been trying for years to find video of me dancing with a group of people at Emerald City ComiCon before Carl Urban came out on Sunday, and I haven't found a peep about it. I posted it on Reddit. I bugged the DJ on his Facebook page multiple times. He said, yeah, I believe I do have video of that. Then he would never reply to me again. But you get what you can out of it. I got the story at least. There's this club that make their own, they make big life-size remote control R2 droids. I saw those are really cool. I actually got myself locked in a service hallway. I mean, this stuff was going, it was like rapid fire, these experiences. Because you have to go around these big, huge, thoroughfares to get upstairs or downstairs or to one side or the other. I was like, there's gotta be a way to get down to the street level and without going all the way around. And I mean, they had these doors. And so, well, what the hell? I just went into I went through one of these doors. The door was locked on the other end. So oh God, here we go. So I went back to where I came in, and of course the door is locked. So that's all I could do. I had to started banging on this door. And hello, can anybody hear me and let me out of here? And luckily the guy opened the door and let me out. And once again, you would think, hey, get video of this idiot who locked himself in the hallway. I can't find anything of myself posted online anywhere, on any social media platform, using every keyword I can think of. So, there you go. Just to cover everything, the doors looked completely normal, they were completely unmarked, and they were unlocked. Just going through a door. It could have happened to anybody. But anyway, I got to see one of the really big names, finally. I got to see William Shatner. Probably in Boston, I can't remember which it was. Yeah, that was Boston, I think. He told a story about like one of his very first jobs he ever had in Canada, where he worked at an Orange Julius. I had people stopping me a lot at these cons, these big cons, asking me to take pictures with them, and that was awesome. It really is an awesome experience.
Sorry. Nice. Thank you very much.
This one guy in a Guy Fawkes outfit. He stopped me. He wanted to take a picture with me, and he goes, "Oh, did you make this?" And I go, "No." He goes, "Oh, you're killing me!" And it's like, not everybody is talented enough to make their own costume. So no, I did not make this myself. I have had to fix it a couple times. Some connections have come loose inside, and I've had to like slice open the lining and spit and glue some connections back together to get some of the panels to light up again. This one got busted, I believe, in my suitcase on the way back from Boston. But yeah, this is about 4 years old, and it's kind of fragile. Any wild motion or any hits at all, and this thing is done for good. It's gone. One talk I was really excited to go to was, he's famously known as Dave from 2001, Keir and Gary Lockwood. And I was really excited to go to this one. Anyway, so I went to see the cast of 2001. And it hasn't started yet, but Keir and Gary Lockwood are there. And like I said, I talked to their Keir's assistants, and and he after he came in, I mean, I don't think I had sat down yet, and he saw me, and he once again is like, "Hey, nice costume." And I was like, "Thanks, man." He's like, "Come here, you want to?" No, come here. Dave from 2001 was, "Hey, come here." He wanted to talk to me. Not to me, he wanted to talk about my costume, but yeah, it was like, it was so cool. I got to talk to Dave from 2001, and Gary Lockwood was sitting right there, and Keir Dullea is all excited. He's asking me about my costume, and I think that's it. That's pretty much, that's the end of the story. Another big showstopper is, I can't remember if it was Seattle or Boston. I think it was Boston, but I was heading in, not early in the morning, but I'm going to make the turn on the sidewalk to go into one of the side entrances of the convention center, and these two guys are like huddled together, and they come rushing past me, and I'm like, hey, those were the guys from Walking Dead. I swear to God, that was the guys from Walking Dead, and it was. They were appearing in a photo booth in the photo op area, but yeah. Sure as heck, I was walking past the photo op area, and there's Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus, and the guys I saw outside rushed past me a few hours earlier, and they play Rick and Daryl on Walking Dead, and Andrew Lincoln sees my costume, and he just like stands there, and he's like, "Whoa, yeah!" And I'm like, "Hey, this is great." I can't really talk to him because he's busy he's in the photo booth, and they're waiting to take pictures with people. And Norman Reedus is, if you're a big fan of Norman Reedus, he's great and everything. See, he just stood there. He stood there with his arms folded, and he had his sunglasses on, and he just stood there. Didn't move a muscle, didn't change his expression the entire time that Andrew Lincoln was like waving at me and smiling at me, and I was like, yeah, and so he kind of, and I walked up and I just talked to him across the barrier, and he's like, "Wow, nice costume," and "Thanks, man." And the only thing I could think to say to him was, "Hey, this morning when you guys came rushing in, you went right by me," and that was my big share with Andrew Lincoln. That's all I could tell him. That's all I had in common to share with him, and that was pretty much it. Ta-da! Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, if you think everybody hasn't gone crazy this year, well, feast your eyes on this!